Hello. For today's presentation, I'm going to share three main topics. The first one is the introduction of uh, CI and CD and Jenkins. The second one is the API testing and RESTful services. And the last one is going to be the Agile and the software architectures and the principles. So the first one is CI, which is continuous integration. So the goal of the CI is in, integrate the work of multiple developers into a shared mainline frequently and automatically. So the key practice of the CI, including the frequent code commits, automated builds, automated testing, uh, intermediate feedback, and the benefits for CI is the first one is going to be the early bug detection, and the second one is it reduced integration problems, and the last one is the faster release date it can have. So the next one is the CD, which is the continuous deployment. The goal of CD is extends continuous integration by automatically deploying our code changes to the production environment after the build stage. And the key practice of CD including the automated deployments and the reliable release process and the rollback mechanisms. The benefits of continuous deployment, including the faster time to market and increased release frequency and enhanced customer satisfaction. Okay, so the Jenkins is a popular and versatile tool for continuous integration and continuous deployment. So it is an open source automation server, and it facilitates a CI and CD. And the key features of Jenkins, including the automated builds, a pipeline as code, and plugin ecosystem, and distributed builds, monitoring external jobs, integration with version control system, and so on. So the advantages of Jenkins, including it can improve the software quality and increases deployment speed, and it also can enhance visibility and feedback, and it also customizable and extensible. So the next topic is going to be the REST API. So which is the representational state transfer. Um, so first, it is like a language, like a communication, web application communicate with a server that through this RESTful API. It's like a kind of middle language between them, and it also simple and standardized REST, and it also scale and stateless, which is um, so it's still with the side effect functions. So like API fetching. Uh, Also, it has high performance and support cashier. So it also have a main big feature like the CRUD, which means the create and read, update and delete, which is corresponding to like later I'm going to talk about the HTTP methods. So what is a cacheable? So um, this is a RESTful API cacheable through cache control headers. So in this example, we can see this is a cache control. this line of code is like so uh it's the public and the max age is 3600, which means the 36 hundreds of seconds is like 1 hour. So it means like it will allow this part of data to keep the cacheable, so it doesn't need to like frequently to request from the backend for this part of data. Yeah, so it have advantages of caching is like a reduced latency and reduce server load and also save bandwidth. Okay, so the CRUD operations is like the I mentioned before is create corresponding to HTTP methods post, and the read corresponding to the HTTP method get, and update to put, and delete is delete. Okay, so next one is API testing. Um, so it's the status code. So it's like they communicate with each other, and like they responsible for each other, like give a code and like a short language. So the 100s means informational codes. For example, the 100 means continue, and 200s like the successful codes. For example, the 200 means okay, and the 201 means created, like that. So the 300 means redirection code. So the like for example, the 301 means moved permanently, and yeah, so and 400 means client error codes, like we see very frequently, like the 400 bad means bad request, and the 401 it's an authorized, and the 404 means not found, and so the 500 is the server's error. So like for example, the 402, the 502 means the uh the bad gateway, and the 500 is the internal server error. Okay, so the HTTP method um has lets the client and the server pass additional information with the request of the response, and for the content type, like it indicates the media type of the resource, and the authorization it is used for authentication and authorization, and the accept refers to the client is willing to accept for server, and the cache control refers to the directives of caching mechanisms in both requests and responses. The next topic is the Agile methodology. So, um, the Agile methodology is a big, like a big part of the this information. Let me see. So, yeah, so the first one is the Agile Manifesto. That includes many like the first one is individuals and interactions over uh processes and tools, and the second one is working software over comprehensive documentation, And the third one is the customer collaboration or contract negotiation. And the last one is going to be the responding to change or following apply. So next one is the core principles. So um, the core principles is the first one is the as of like the further principle, the 12 into 12 further principles, which include the customer satisfaction, welcoming change requirement, frequent delivery, uh, and etc. So, and the next one is the key characteristics, and so the key characteristics is interactive and incremental deployment, flexibility and adaptability, and customer focus. So next is the Agile frameworks. It has the first one is the main popular one is Scrum. So Scrum is a highly structured framework within Agile methodology methodologies, and especially designed to facilitate team collaboration on complex projects. And next one is the Kanban. The Kanban is a visualized approach to managing work as it moves through a process. It visualizes both the process and the actual work passing through that process. And next one is extreme programming. Extreme programming is a software development methodology intended to improve software quality and responsiveness to changing customer requirements. And yeah, so the practice and tools for the Agile is uh, like, for example, the daily stand-up meetings and user stories, uh, and pair programming, like two programmers work together at one workstation, and also the CI and the CD, continuous integration and continuous delivery. And so the benefits for Agile, including it can uh, improve product quality and higher customer satisfaction and increase the project control. So yeah, and also it can reduce the risks and additional insight as yeah. So as there are more actual advantages. So next topic is the MVC pattern, so which is the model view controller pattern. So the model component represents the data and business logic of an application. Yeah, it's defines data structure. And next is the view component. It displays the data from the model to the user and sends user inputs to the controller. So the controller component accepts input and converts it to commands for model or view. So next is the N-tier architecture. So it's a client server architecture. So the first one, it has the first tier is a representation tier, and the second one is a logic tier, and the third one is the data tier. So the benefits for using an N-tier architecture is modularity. So each level has clear responsibilities, which makes it easier to maintain and extend. And also its reusability. So it can separation of different levels, so makes the code more reusable. And the last one is testability. So each level can be tested separately and doesn't interact with impact other components. Okay, so the third is ISOA. So it's a service-oriented architecture. So the service, the architecture, um, it's a flexible set of design principles used during the phases of system development and integration. So, so the service part of this architecture has self-contained and also network-based services and uh, loosely coupled. And the second feature, big feature of uh, the service-oriented architecture is the reusable components. So it has a reusable logic and it cost effectiveness. And the third one is interoperability. So it across systems and languages, and integration also has integration friendly. Okay, so next big topic is the principle of software engineering. So the first one is keys. So keys is the keep it simple and stupid. So and the second one is dry, means don't repeat yourself. So it's like if we have a yeah, if I have a calculation, we tend to put the calculation into a function, and this function, like the add function, the minus function, we can reuse the function. It it is like don't repeat yourself, don't hard code it. And the third one is SOC. So SOC basically means uh, the separation of concerns. So that advocates for organizing a program into distinct sections. So each address separate concerns. So the next one is SRP, which is a single responsibility principle. So that means the developers are intended to make application design more understandable, flexible, and maintainable. So next up is the open close principle. So the software entities, the methods, the functions should be open for extension, but closed for modification. So next one is LSP, is list curve substitution principle that states the object of a superclass should be replaceable with objects of its subclasses without affecting the correctness of the program. And last one is the ISP, is the interface segregation principle. It states that no clients should be forced to depend on methods it does not use. Okay, this is all the topics I want to share with you today. Thank you for watching.